Okay, hi guys. I'm going to do a video here for Samsung users. Um, let me just close this here. I'm gonna start it up from fresh. So this will be for the notebook app for Samsung users. If you have a Samsung, this is the way to play. If you had the app before and haven't updated it, okay, then you need to do that. The app looks like this one on the bottom left, this green. Okay, this is what, if it doesn't have that secure folder tutorial there, then it's not the updated one. Just one second. So when you get this app, if it's got that orange thing, you're good to go. Okay, there's a chance if you don't have a secure folder set up, if it's an older Samsung, that just message me and tell me it's not working for me and I'll show you what to do. But I'm just going to assume that it's going to work. Uh, I know I've seen online a couple people with older Samsung devices that it's not working for them. So the first thing you're going to do is go, and you'll notice here it's got all the stuff a lot that the website has, the tournaments, the courses, needle trainer. This needle trainer, again, is great when you're going from different tours to different tours. It's hard when you're playing expert and then you're going down to rookie or whatever if you've got multiple accounts. So just remember, you can always set up the tour, how fast the needle is, and just sit there and get perfect 3 or 4 times. I think that's a good thing to do. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, go to bag setup. Okay, on your original one, so we have 4 bags in Scratch or better. So on this Crush account, because I have 4 bags, the first one you make, okay, I suggest, because I've done this so many times, is put all your clubs, okay, in that first bag. So you'll see with drivers, I've got Rocket 8, Extra Mile 6, Big Topper 3, Quarterback 6, etc. Okay, do that on, so do that first. So now see the plus sign. When you're setting up your second bag, it says copy from. So you would click on here and then you would say like copy from Crush, and then all those clubs are there, and then you just pick out the ones you want for that bag. So you keep, the green is the highlighted one you're going to be using for each set of clubs, okay? But have them all there so when you copy, you can just change, and keep it up to date. When you get an updated club, make sure you go into the app and update that. Very important. Okay, so actually, I want to change something while I'm here. I noticed that I had one wrong. Why? Crush 4. Yeah, so this one I wanted the big topper on. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so once you've set up your bags, okay, you're going to hit Wind Assist, the top left, okay, and see what happened there is it just clicked over to my screen, and this widget, this green thing here, is now on my screen, okay, and that's our app that's going to be there while we're playing. It's going to be right on our screen. You'll also see these lines came up. There's the blue line, the vertical line in my top left of my screen. That's for the wind arrow, and that's going to keep us straight north and south. And then there's the cross in our middle of our screen, okay? And that I use for when I'm making my ring adjustments, and for it also try and put it somewhere near the ball. Actually, I haven't aced that one yet. I need to move that around. But it keeps you centered for when you're knowing you're going into overpower or not. And just remember, I've talked about before too. Let's just look at one other thing while I've got it on my mind. That needle trainer. Okay, always remember when you're in this. So let's say we're playing, and when you're in overpower, see how that needle is above the white, right? That's 5 rings, right? And you can see I can go higher and I can go lower, okay? So when you're shooting, the top of that needle should be going through the middle of the bullseye. So you can see my ball is in the middle of the circle, and my arrow is going right through the yellow. With a little overpower, see how it moves up a bit now? It's through the red. So sometimes when you're adjusting and you only need like 1 ring, right? That's your needle is telling you. Okay, so that's just a trick. So when we'll hit the wind assist here, we're going to load up Golf Clash. I think I got out in the middle of a game because I tried to do this video before and my phone kept fucking ringing while I was doing it. I had a perfect video going. so I'm kind of pissed off. So we'll play a couple holes, and we'll now go over the adjustments with these, okay, lines in our screen. And I'm going to show you how easy this can be. Before I start the game, this is how the app looks, okay? So the first box is the balls. You've got the power 0, power 1, power 2, and so on. Okay, so if you're always using the same ball, make sure that's in there. I mean, I like to use Kingmakers or Titans when I can, and I have a lot of them because of the tournaments I've been doing well in that I've loaded up, and the Golden Shot had loaded up on them quite a bit. But I suggest if you're playing a lot on tour and you don't have a lot of those, save those good balls for the tournaments and just use the Quasars, Katanas, Navigators. We don't need all the the big balls to beat these guys. I just find if you play smart and you do the right, and you're going to learn how these ring adjustments work, and we're going to start draining hopefully more shots from the fairway, and especially in the par threes and the shootouts. That's where we're going to bring it home. It's just winning the majority of the shootouts. And you don't need the the big Kingmakers and stuff for the shootouts. You need a ball with a little spin, and that's it. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, sorry. The second one down is the elevation. This is the game changer, is the elevation. If anyone needs notes or like let's say if you're playing 2 or 10 and and you want any of the notes for the par, especially the par threes, but off the tees of those ones, you can message me. You can go into Golf Clash Tommy, go through, he's got the courses on there and the holes. The elevations are right there for the holes. I suggest writing them down or printing them out, making a little notebook like I have, whatever you got to do to help you out. But this, I mean, this elevation, it massively changes the rings. I had a great example on this last video, and I'm going to try and edit it in somehow. But on some of these par threes, like when there's 30% elevation, it really, really changes how many rings it is, especially when you've got a headwind, etc. Okay, so underneath that is your clubs. So on here, so see the dots on the bottom. This is how I'm going to change. You'll see the bag on the left. Okay, so the bag on the left, sorry, just got a message there, that's how we're going to change our bags. So I'm going to go into Crush, which is my normal bag, APOC 3 and Sniper 6, and you can see there's your clubs. When you're picking out your clubs you want to use, these are the clubs you got to grab which club you're going to use on that shot. So I would also keep in mind, try and remember what the clubs look like, because it's not telling you here. I just know that the yellow one's the Goliath, and they go in order of wood, long iron, short iron, wedge, roughing iron, sand wedge. But good to know what they look like. Okay. See, because I've picked out these other ones here, that little arrow, because I made all the clubs, right? Let's say if I do something wrong, I can pick it out from there. But try and have your stuff organized. So let's get started. We'll play a couple holes here, and hopefully we get some good examples of using the adjustments here with these lines, these grid lines, and show you how I do it, and hopefully that'll be helpful. So I'm going to get ready right away. Most holes off the tee, 90% of them are plus 10. Okay, I use the big topper a lot now on a lot of these holes. This will be an APOC hole. This is fine. I could use, I have a Thor's 3-2, which I could use here. So there's a big downwind. I don't remember ever seeing it. Like you could probably, with a big ball, hit that second pad, I would imagine. I'll go for it. Really what I wanted to do was just show how to adjust. I might just lay up because I want to make examples of using these grid lines. Although it's hard to resist. I don't think I've ever had a big wind on this hole, and I want to see if I can make this second pad. Let's go for it. let's see here. If we pull out a power 5 ball, can we reach? I'm going to say yes. So see 11 and a half rings, okay, is 6.1. When I push this up into my, this is going to be my overpower. 5 is the white. Okay, the top of the white. So we know 6.1 is above that. So we're going to reach. I'm going to play it with left spin because I'm going to try and picture where this ball is going to bounce. It's going to go left. Okay, let's try right in about there. Full overpower. And hit a great right, but hopefully this should be okay. I left room, I think, for that. Perfect. So you see with that, because I knew that the wind, that my max was 6.1 rings, I knew I was making it. When I stretched out into the max overpower, right, the top of that white ring was 5 rings. So I knew I was clearing that by another ring, which was easily onto the island. Okay, so there's your edge right away on knowing the rings. I wanted to be able to show ring play, but we'll try that on our next shot. I'm going to think on our next shot we're hitting a sniper, but not guaranteed. Maybe it might be a Goliath. See, on this shot here, if you're playing it to the top, it would just be no elevation because it's just a flat shot. But the shot I have is going to be going over the hill, so it'll be coming all the way down. So I'm going to play this next shot at actually plus 30%. See, there's a big downhill, let's see how much club I got here. So we're going to be hitting a max Goliath, 10.5 wind. I'm going to play at 30 down. Okay, so I got all my stuff there. When you go to take shot, you can see that hill, that hole is way down there. This is the top of the hill, and there's a big, big drop off. Okay, so I'm going to play, let's see. I'm going to go past the hole because the wind's going to bring me back. Okay. I could line up that middle line too to make sure I'm lined up. Okay, playing max 6.3. So there's 5 to the middle, 6.3-ish. Wasn't the best adjustment there. I'm getting a little confused while I'm talking and doing it at the same time. But a pretty good shot anyway. When I was pulling my adjustment there, I know I was a little off, I could tell. But you could see how, what that horizontal line, so I put it on the end of the white, so that's 5 into the middle, okay? And then the extra after that. And there's 2 or 3 different ways that you can pull. So you can go to where, you know, at the front of the rings and play it from there, or so you're bringing the bullseye to your spot, or you can start at the bullseye and go to your spot if you're less than 5. So less than 5 adjustments are actually the easiest ones because I just put that cross in the middle of my lines here, right in the middle of that yellow circle, and then pull that amount. So less than 5, and well, hopefully we get a less than 5 one if we get a shootout. I don't think we're going to. Okay, so we'll quickly put this in and then we'll go to the next one. Okay, so we sunk that putt, now into the next game. I wanted to choose, of course. So hopefully we get something to work with here. So see that you should always be ready. I wasn't actually ready. Plus 10, 90% of the time off the tee. So you should always have that in right away. I'll just put, you know, he's shooting, so you should know even before you start though, you should have the club you think you're going to use, the ball you think you're going to use, and just put plus 10 in from the tee right away because that's the most common. And then you can change it if you have to change it. Like let's say right now I wanted to change bags. So again, the 3 dots on the bottom, I click the golf bag and then say go to crush 2. And this will be but we could use this one here, the Thor's 3. I don't understand these guys with these hero shots. That I mean, he did this big hook and all this stuff. I don't see what it did for him, other than just putting it, bunting one down the middle here. So let's use a Thor's. Change ball. We wanna, let's go Kingmaker. Go here. Ah, see, I noticed what I did. I didn't change my ball. See, I changed on the last hole, used that power 5 ball, and on the second shot, I had a Kingmaker in, which is going to change the stuff. So I got caught, see, not paying attention. So, see, it says 2.8. So if I put see the middle of this axis here, right in the middle of the bullseye. And now I'm going to pull, see, my left line is lined up with that arrow, and I go 1, 2.8. Okay, and I see I was pulling a little into overpower, so I'm going to go a little into overpower, and that should be straight down the middle. So you always try and leave little shots like this. If I hit great left or great right, I was going to be okay. So straight down the middle, and then we'll pause it out. Okay, so we'll clear this off. We're going to be hitting a Thorn, which is this guy. This one I play at plus 5%, this second shot. We've got 6.8 win, so we put that all in. Let's see where we are in our mid-max. So that changes to a Goliath right there. This is a max Thorn shot right here. So I like to play always these short irons with 3 backspin, depending on headwind and or tailwind. So we got a side wind, so I'm going to play 3 in a little bit because there's a bit of a headwind there. Okay, I'm going to try and line up. See my arrows here. Look, everything looks right. Okay, and max is 3.4. So if I start in this bullseye again, 1, 2, 3.4. Okay, running out of time a bit. And this should be close. That's close as I want. I've tried to do a few videos now where I'm playing, and I just can't seem to play while I'm yakking. I've been pretty, actually at the tournament, there was a lot of those shots, those little short iron shots. And I find that I play those a lot better than I used to. I would have told you before that last shot that it was 50-50. Okay, so I'll pause this out and we'll go to a shootout. Okay, so we're into the shootout. So this hole I play at plus 10. Now, the best shot here on this hole is the rough bump, playing a sniper off that middle patch of rough. But I find that a lot of the guys I'm playing don't get close on this hole. So I usually just end up trying to lay one in there. See how this guy does. I hope he hits a good shot. That looks like a really good shot. That's not a bad shot at all. This is a tough par 3. So we're going to play the rough bump. Okay, so we're going to get ready now. Sniper, plus 10. Let's see where we are in our sniper. Okay, so there's our min right there. Okay, so I'm going to keep that axis there on the min. And then there's our max. So I would say the rough there in the middle is about 75%-ish. Okay, 4.6. I'm going to play this, so 4.6. So see this slider button on the side? So I'm going to put that, we said we were about 75. I'm going to try and put that around 75. So we're saying about 4.7. Okay, full right in about there, I would say. Okay, so this one, I'm going to start at the 4.7 mark and bring the bullseye to it. Put the bullseye in the middle. I'm going to play some right curl because we were left of the hole. And hopefully we put this close. Get up there. So we needed a little more right curl, but I think we still won the hole of this. Pretty close. He hit a good shot. So we just beat him out a little bit there. And because we know the adjustments, we know the best ways to play the holes, okay, that's how we're going to win. Just winning in the shootouts, right, is the way that you're going to pick up your clan points. I would say in this 2 or 9, like just raking it in most of the time by knowing, just having a little more experience on how to play how to play those shootout holes. Okay, we'll play one more here. So let's see, I'm going to go back. Let's see, I think this is, yeah, this is an APOC hole. So we'll use APOC. We'll use a Katana. Actually, we don't even need that. Play a Quasar here. 8.5. My girlfriend's almost home with groceries, so this is almost over. Okay, so see here, this is where I want to be, and that's about 4.5 rings. See when I push it out, it's in the white there? So about 4.5 rings. So I'm going to make my adjustment to 4.5. Okay, there's our 4.5. But now I'm going to push back up 4.5. Okay, we line that up straight, and now I'm going to go back up 4.5. So that gives us our right distance. Okay, and that's just something experience of get that line down and then get the weight down. Okay, so slow down, baby. We don't want to go too far. Not too far. Oh, wow. Okay, so it didn't play that very well. Went to, but you could see how my line and everything was perfect. I just had to actually take a little topspin off because of that headwind, or because of the tailwind, I should say. But still, we'll have a decent shot on our next shot, and actually a good shot to ring play. Now that slider bar I was showing you guys. Okay, so I'm just getting, see, I'm getting my Nirvana ready. It'll be a flat shot, just so I'm ready on my next shot. See when this slider bar on the right, this up and down, that I showed you before, that's something we'll talk about another time, and it's about looking at that overhead view, you know, and seeing where you are in your club. What percentages are you? So here we're going to look at the overhead view. Okay, so we're just pretty much at max, right? So we don't even really need to think about this. See, because of that 7 wind in my face, I'm going to add 5% to this shot. We're going to put in 7-1 wind. Okay, so max is 3-3 on the, or I kept saying Nirvana, it's a razor. Okay, I like to always use the 3 topspin, but because the winds are facing a little less, 2.5, so it rolls out a bit more. Okay, right in about there. We're lined up. Okay, so 3.3. So if I start right in the middle of my bullseye, and then 3, 1, 2, 3.3. Running out of time again. Fuck. If I hit that perfect, I think I would have been pretty close. Yeah, see, I just went out to the right a bit. Perfect would have been nice. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I gotta go help my girlfriend get some groceries. Hopefully that helped anyone for the Samsung. That's how you use the app to get started. And then any questions, just ask me. I'll try and do some more stuff another time. This wasn't a perfect video by any means, but hopefully that gets you started, and we'll talk to you later.